Here we've got 3 Great Green Macaw babies on the right and mum's coming in from the left. And this young fella is getting his breakfast. Mum has to bob her head. The sibling is like, oh, I'll have a bit of a dribble. Faprinia, can I have a bit more? Mum's getting excited. She likes doing this, looking after her babies. There she is, regurgitating food. Even though the birds, the chicks, fledglings at this point, even though they, oh, there's a bit of a dribble there, wasn't there? Oh dear. Even though they look like their parents, the young birds are still very dependent on their mum and dad for many months after they fledge. Mum's having a good stretch there, and the chicks thinking, oh, I'll have a go at that as well. Oh yes, there we are. They're still learning about things like each other's feet and just kind of working out how to move around the aviary. So here you see it's kind of still a bit clumsy as they move around, and we'll move these birds into a big aviary that's maybe 100 feet long, 50 feet wide, I think, and 30 feet high, or 25 feet high. And then they'll be able to fly and they gain the skills they need. Now the other chick's there, he wants a bit as well. He's like, come on, let me have a bit, mum. But that first chick somehow seems to have the monopoly on the breakfast, doesn't he? He's getting in the middle there. Mum's doing the head bob. There we go. And of course, the chicks have been in the nest for 3 months. So mum and dad have done a very good job of raising all 3 of these babies and knowing who needs food. So it's not like the others get left out in the long run. Now they fluff up the feathers like the one nearest the camera, and they generally try and look pathetic so they can get their extra bit of food off mum and dad. If you watch the one on the left now, he comes in and then now he's going to have a go, see if he can tempt dad to give some food as well. So there he is now, and this is dad. He's got a really rubbish tail. Dad now goes for the head bob. Baby's there again, looking fluffy and cute. Oh, I really need food. I'm going to starve. Then the old wing flap. Look at that. Aren't they just stunning little birds? You can see that the young birds have got this dark eye, whereas the adults have got a clear iris. And they can actually dilate their pupils when they get excited. They have to bob the head in order to regurgitate food. Here we go. There's an extra bit there. It's just magnificent. And the babies are trying to get whatever they can from their parents at this point, because it's in their interest. But then they'll slowly start to learn about different foods, and they'll be exploring different foods. Good old flap there, and just continuing this kind of pathetic, I need help, you'll have to look after me. And then when they're learning about the aviary and the environment as well, the chicks often spend time just like sitting out in the rain, which we think is just hilarious and adorable. Of course, in the rainforest, they won't have the full protection of the roofed aviary like they have here, even though these guys are sat out under the rain. And they're perfectly adapted to getting wet through and making it work. They don't, when they're in the wild and it's absolutely chucking it down, they're not really active like they would be if it was bright and sunny. But they still make it work. And where they are in the north of Costa Rica, it can rain for days on end. So they've managed to learn how to make that work and just to get on with it, just as our field team do when they're out in the field watching the birds as well. Well, this was just another quick one, another example of how the birds are raised and what goes on in their day-to-day lives. Thanks for watching another episode of Parrot TV, and we'll see what we've got for you next time.